Hi friends, I am Shri Priya. Welcome to my channel Bharat Kathas. This story, Was He Worthy, is from Vikram and Betal Tales. Link of the introduction video is present in the description. Betal started narrating the story. Siripuram was a prosperous village whose inhabitants were engaged in agriculture. A yogi named Chidananda lived in the outskirts of the village and often listened to the problems of the villagers and gave them solutions. Troubles started for the village when a corrupt official, Dhanaraj, was posted as its administrator. To earn lots of money, he authorized the openings of numerous liquor shops. Gradually, many young men started consuming liquor. Disturbed by this, a delegation of villagers met the administrator and requested him to shut down the liquor shops on the plea that they were corrupting the youth. However, Dhanaraj brushed the complaint aside. We must move with the times if we wish to progress. The liquor shops are an excellent source of revenue to the government. The income will be used in implementing various welfare schemes for the best of the village. The innocent villagers believed his explanation. A farmer, Bolnath, and his wife Malati were among those who were deeply concerned about this problem. The couple had two sons, Sudhir and Kishore. While Sudhir was fine, upright young man and a role model to the youth of the village, the younger one, Kishore, had fallen into bad company and had acquired many vices. Sudhir and his friends set up a drama troupe and organized Harikatha sessions. Through these, they tried their best to educate the public about the ill effects of consuming liquor. Gradually, their efforts began to bear the fruit as the people started staying away from liquor shops. The reduced profits and widespread criticism led to the closure of the shops. Kishore and his friends, even the administrator, did not like this situation. They plotted a plan against Sudhir to portray him as a thief. Accordingly, one of his friends disguised himself as a saint. He met Sudhir and said, "Son, I understand that you are worried about your spoiled brother. I know a method by which he can be reformed, but it requires a lot of courage on your part to carry it out. Are you ready to do it?" "Yes, I am," said Sudhir confidently. Then Sage said, "You must go alone to the temple at midnight and take the crown that adorns the deity. Bring it home and place it over your brother's head for few minutes. If you do this, your brother will become a noble person with deity's blessings. Remember, all this must be a secret." Sudhir believed the sage's words and followed his instructions. He entered the temple and picked up the crown from the deity. Dhanaraj, Kishore, and his friends were already present there. They caught him red-handed. Next day, Dhanaraj, the administrator of the village, summoned all the people of the village. He said, "Sudhir has been found guilty of trying to steal the crown of Lord Rama. As a punishment, he is to be given 50 whiplashes." Just then, Sudhir's mother, Malati, came to the spot. She said, "My son, I know you are not capable of doing any wrong. Tell me, why did you do it?" Sudhir calmly answered, "Mother, believe me, I cannot reveal the reason. If I tell you why I took the Lord's crown, it would cause harm to the entire village." On hearing this, Dhanaraj, the administrator, burst out laughing and said, "Sudhir is a cunning thief who wears the mask of a good man. Let the punishment be carried out without any delay." When the whip strike is about to land on Sudhir's back, her mother cried out, "My son is not revealing the reason, only protect the village from calamity, but he is going to be punished by the village authorities. May this ungrateful village be destroyed. This is my curse, a mother's curse." The next moment, People felt the earth shaking, their houses and buildings collapsed. The sea grew turbulent as the waves rose higher and higher. The corrupt administrator and many people were washed away into the ocean. Only some people survived. Among them were Bolnath, Malati and both their sons. Their lands got submerged in seawater and became unfit for cultivation. They approached Swami and narrated their woes to him. After hearing the whole story, Yogi said, I know how to make your village habitable once again. But to do this, I need the services of a person from among you who has never done a wrong. Sage identified such a man, Sudhir, and said, I shall teach him my secret mantras. On hearing this, Kishore cried, Oh Sage, don't you know he is a thief? He tried to steal the crown's deity's crown. How can such a man redeem the village? Then Yogi replied, I know everything. He is the right man for the task, and it is he who shall redeem your village. Stopping the story at this point, Betal asked Vikramaditya, O king, we know that Kishore was lying and his brother was no thief, but he did have a selfish motto in stealing the crown, that is to reform his spoiled brother. And no doubt his intention was good, but he went about in a wrong way. Does the end justify the means? If you know the answer, speak up. Otherwise, your head will split into 1,000 pieces. King Vikramaditya replied, It's true that Sudhir took the crown, hoping that its miraculous power would help his brother to mend his ways. But his aim was not only to reform his brother, but also to redeem the entire village. Further, he was not stealing crown, but merely borrowing it with an intention to restore it after use. He believed fake saints' words. So even after being portrayed as thief, he refused to reveal the reason for the best of the village. This tells us the extent of his nobility and unselfish love for his village. Thus he was indeed the right man to redeem the village. Yogi did not err in his judgment. On hearing this, Betal nodded in approval and flew away. Thank you. For more videos, please subscribe to my channel Bharat Kathas.